Good morning, everyone. Good morning, children in school and grown-ups in school, and all of the children and families at home. And good morning, Miss May. Today is Sunday when we're recording this. Have you had a lovely weekend?
I have, Mrs. Whitney. It's been such a different weekend. I woke up this morning and I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw all the snow.
I know, isn't it fantastic? It's brought so much happiness to everybody. I've had some lovely photos from Mrs. Wallace and Mrs. Lyon of their children in the snow, sledging and building snowmen. So many people have really enjoyed the weather today, and it's made such a difference, hasn't it? Because I think the last few weeks has been a real challenge. I don't know about the children, and the grown-ups as well. It's been really difficult to feel grateful and feel positive about things when there's so much that we can't do. But actually, today's been fantastic. Nobody can go anywhere, so nobody has to get frustrated. Actually, we can just enjoy the snow. So I think we're going to share a story, aren't we, Miss May? But before we do, we've got some photos just to share with everybody. I wonder if anybody else has taken similar photos over the weekend.
Yeah, I wonder if anybody's been building their very own snowmen or going on walks and sledging and things with their families.
Yeah, I didn't build a snowman. I might do. There's still quite a lot of snow in my garden. When I went on my walk this morning, this is where I went walking, and there's a huge hill over here, and I could see a family with their sledges, and lots of people taking photographs. Really, really beautiful. So let's share our story, which is aptly about the snow, and it's called The Runaway Iceberg. Land ahoy! Shouted Rossi, looking out to sea with her telescope. Shall we dive in and explore, Captain? Oh, you know I don't like swimming, Gasper said with a sigh.
Suddenly, a cracking sound came from below them. Before they had realised what was happening, a chunk of ice had broken off, and Gasper and Rossi were floating out to sea on an iceberg. Quick! Swim! Shouted Rossi, but Gasper was afraid. I can't, he cried, peering into the deep, dark sea below.
The iceberg floated out farther and farther until they could no longer see land. What are we going to do? Asked Gasper, trembling. How will we ever get back? We are brave explorers, remember, said Rossi, holding Gasper's flippers. We will find a way. Gasper took a deep breath. I guess we could use our flippers to row back, he said. But which way is home?
Lift me up, said Rossi. She climbed onto Gasper's head, but she was still not high enough to see land. Try jumping, she suggested, giving him a little nudge with her foot. Gasper jumped.
And they both landed on the ice with a thud. Need some help finding your way? Asked a snow petrel from above. Oh, yes, please, called Gasper. Which way is land?
It's this way, called the snow petrel flying high above them. Gasper and Rossi used their flippers to row as hard as they could, but the current kept pushing them the wrong way. Need us to give you a push? Asked an Antarctica silverfish from below. Oh, yes, please, called Gasper.
The silverfish pushed the iceberg along until suddenly it became stuck. We'll never get through here, exclaimed Gasper. Need some help breaking through the ice? Asked a blue whale from the deep. Oh, yes, please, called Gasper. With a huge flip of its tail, the whale smashed the ice and cleared the way. Gasper and Rossi bobbed along behind it, glad to finally be on their way back to safety. Land ahoy! Squawked the Snow Petrel. It's all been a great adventure, said Rossi, grinning. We're just like real explorers. The sun shone brightly in the sky as Gasper and Rossi headed for home.
Hey, stick to your side, Captain, laughed Rossi as Gasper's tail feathers tickled her feet. I'm right on the edge, grumbled Gasper. The two penguins turned to face each other in shock. The iceberg was getting smaller and smaller. It's melting, shrieked Gasper. We need to move faster.
The silverfish swam quicker, and the blue whale helped to push. But the ice was melting too fast. We'll have to swim from here, said Rossi. You can do this, Gasper. I know you can. You are the captain after all. The silverfish started to cheer. Gasper! 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 Soon everyone had joined in, and Gasper began to feel braver.
Gasper gulped. Then, with one big jump, he splashed into the water. Brrr, he spluttered. It's so chilly. Use your flippers, shouted Rossi as she dived in over Gasper's head. Whee, said Rossi as she headed for home. Gasper flapped his flippers and followed nervously behind.
It wasn't long before Rossi and Gasper were back home with their families. You did it, Captain, said Rossi. You got us through our most dangerous adventure yet. I guess I did, agreed Gasper, feeling proud. But I couldn't have done it without my trusty first mate. And that is the end of our story. So the final message for today's gathering is, even though things are tough at the moment, it's really, really hard not being with our friends and our families and having the freedom to all be together at school at the same time and to do what we want to do. We'd really like you this week to try and be thankful for what this time has given us and try not to worry about what it has taken away. Try this week to think of one thing that you can be thankful for, just a small thing, a really small thing, and we promise you that it will make you feel all that brighter and happier. It's been lovely to see you, Miss May. I haven't seen you for a long time. I hope you have a good week.
And you, Mrs. Whitney.
And I hope you all have a good week in school and at home, and we hope to see you very, very soon. Bye.
Stay safe. Bye.
Bye.